Does this hair scream I'm serious? I fixed it, I think. Yeah? So I tried to find a like stepmom tag. But I couldn't find anything. No, don't start. I found a few other mom tags and questions, and he's gonna bark. I know he's gonna bark. He's gonna hit the tripod. Yeah, I got it over now. Thanks. So I tried to find a stepmom tag, something, and I couldn't find anything, like, at all. So I thought I'd make my own. So I took questions from other mom tags that are so old and kind of put together my own little tag questions. So I wrote down a list of questions. I wrote down a list of 5 questions. And I thought I'd answer these questions and give my unfiltered, honest answers about being a stepmom. There we go. That seemed like the most forced intro ever. Oh, let's get started. Did you just lick the paper? What is wrong with you? Number 1. What are 3 things you hate about being a stepmom? I didn't think about these I didn't think about the answers while I was writing these down. The first thing I hate about being a stepmom is the social stigma. Stigma? Is it stigma? I hate the social stigma that surrounds being a step-parent. And I can't speak for stepdads because I'm not a dad, but there's definitely this perceived idea that that we just come in and want to be mom or dad, and you know, like the evil stepmom. Honey! I should probably put this on silent. I just wish that other people would keep their views to themselves. There's not much I hate in general. There's not much I hate about being a stepmom. The second thing I dislike about being a stepmom is the awkward transition into becoming a stepmom. There is definitely there's definitely a shift in the family dynamic. I mean, obviously, when you bring in a new partner for mom or dad, there is this transition for both the kids and the parents, and sometimes it's very awkward and you fumble through it, and I wish we could have just skipped all that entirely. The third thing I dislike about being a stepmom is all of the questions and assumptions from other people. Like, so you don't want your own kids? Are you gonna have your own kids? But they're not your kids. Why do you care? And so on, and so on, and so on. Okay, question number 2 is 3 things I love about being a stepmom. I love that I get to have a unique relationship with the kids. Parker is 19 now, and he doesn't need a stepmom, and so we have a unique friendship. And the girls and I have our own unique relationship where I fill in as the mom role here, but I also get to be a little more of a friend than mom. And I had a point and I lost it. The second thing I love about being a stepmom is the kids. I am very fortunate that these kids never rejected me or blamed me for problems that they didn't understand. And they pretty much welcomed me right away. We did go through our transition phase, but yeah. Words. I didn't think this would be that hard to answer these questions. So the third thing I love is that I get to I don't know why words are so hard for me. Oh, integrate. I get to integrate them into my family and me into theirs and make a bigger family. And that's always fun. It's usually fun. Number 3. What is the hardest thing about being a stepmom? The hardest thing? Well, the most obvious answer for the hardest thing is coming into an already established family where mom and dad didn't work out for whatever reason, and now here you are and you and dad work out for whatever reason, and there's a lot of weird emotions involved in that. That would definitely be the hardest. The less obvious answer to that is boundaries. Because in the beginning of a relationship, it's already new and exciting and complicated, and then you add the fact that he or she has kids, and you have to mesh with the kids and kind of win them over and fit into this already established dynamic. And so you come in with this thought of, I'm not mom, so I'm gonna just be dad's new girlfriend, and we're gonna have fun and be more like friends, and it's great. But then if it lasts like you want it to, like you would expect a relationship to, now you have set yourself up for being more of a friend than a stepmom. And so you have to set some boundaries. And that's a hard thing for a lot of people to just set boundaries. And it's a hard thing for the kids to accept boundaries. Number 4. What is the most unexpected thing about being a stepmom? The most unexpected thing that I have found so far is how attached you get to those children. There have been many times that I wanted to swoop in and defend them and handle things for them and help them just like any other mom would do for their kids. And it's really hard when their biological mother is not on the same page I think most stepmoms have a relationship with the ex-wife or the biological mother where it's not great. It could be a lot better. And it's very common. And so it makes it even harder when you realize how attached you are to these kids, and that, you know, you're not mom, you're stepmom. So sometimes they, you know, have events and they have things they bring home, and the teachers are like, okay, make this for mom, and you're like, oh, that's okay. But then there's also the other end of that where there's also the other end of that where you are included in like school papers, and they can't wait to tell you about their day at school or their weekend or their fight with their friend. And it just sometimes I'm taken aback by how much they care about me and how much I care about them. Yeah. For someone who hides her emotions, she gets very emotional like that. So I would say the main answer to that is you don't expect to get so attached to these kids that didn't come from you. Number 5. Do you have any words of wisdom for stepmoms? This is hard because every situation has its own unique challenges and struggles. I would say regardless of the relationship you have with their real mom, or that they have or dad has, that you should just focus on the relationship you and the kids have. And you definitely have to set boundaries from the beginning, and you have to transition into showing them that you're not here to take their dad. You're not here to replace their mom. You know, you gotta kind of gently squash the fears that they usually have. And you gotta just focus on building your own unique relationship with those kids, with your stepkids. Oh, my other words of wisdom would be that it's as hard as you think it is sometimes. And there'll be people in the family and outside the family that remind you that you're not mom. And it's really hard when you do all the things a mom does for your husband's kids or your wife's kids, and it doesn't seem to matter to the outside world or to the other members of the family. You know, regardless of how often you have the kids, whether it's full-time or part-time or just on the weekends, you know, you do the things that a mom does when you pack lunches and fold their laundry and listen to their problems, and you try to give good advice. And so when other people say, you know, oh, but you're not mom, or that hurts as much as you think it would. But then, so I guess my best advice would be to not worry about what everyone else says, and to just focus on that special relationship you have with the kids. Because that's really all that matters. And that's what makes all those hard times bearable. So that's all the questions. I didn't think that I would get so emotional answering those questions. I think I want to make a video talking about being a stepmom without questions. Just like a super honest look at being a stepmom, because there's not a lot of stepmom related videos on YouTube, and yeah. I think I'm gonna do that. So like, leave a comment or a like if you want to see that video, because that would be appreciated. How do you even do outros? Like, I don't know. If you like this video, you should subscribe. Button thing right there. Do subscribe. And that, yeah, we would like that. And I am super awkward, but luckily I get to edit this so that I don't seem so awkward. Thanks for watching. I fixed it. I fixed it. I think. It's just doing what it wants today. Like every day. I thought this would be a good idea, but now that I'm looking at the questions, I'm not sure. I'll do like a tag, because those are fun. I don't know, I love watching tag videos, so I thought I would do it. No. Ah, that is the right word. Stigma. Okay. I'm never gonna get through this video. I'm gonna explode. But my hair looks nice. I mean, it's seen better days. Parker took the dogs for me. So now I can just power through this. I don't know why I say what I'm gonna say. Out of breath from running up the stairs. Yep. I'm in great shape.